tepid close, it was a volatile session on Dalal Street as markets took a U-turn after the European equities opened with some deep gashes. Nifty defended that 8200 mark yesterday, but today it fell below those levels. So Sensex lost about 300 points from its intraday high to end with losses of around 100 points roughly by the end of the day. Banks were on a tear in early trade, hitting their highest level in 10 months, but the bank Nifty's rally petered out in the last few hours of trade. In fact, the blue chips may have run out of steam, but small caps showed great resilience in trade today. So for the week, the Sensex was down about 0.8%, while the Nifty ended 0.6% in the red. However, the PSU banks were the outperformers clearly, ending about 5% in the green. Let's get a detailed analysis as well. Then Reema Tendulkar is here to wrap up the day's market action. Reema, clearly not as much of cheer for the bulls, but an okay week overall.
Yes, indeed. Markets were down for the second day in a row, and selling pressure picked up in the second half of the trading session after European markets opened up with deep gashes, and we finally ended virtually closer towards the lower end of the trading range. By the end of the day, the benchmark indices were down close to about 0.4%. For the week, they were down nearly about 0.6%, but mid-caps managed to outperform. We've had an uninterrupted run from levels of 7,700. So for the last 2 days, some profit, some steam is being taken off. Today was also a fairly bipolar day because, interestingly, most of your defensives, many of your large caps were under pressure, but your couple of these high beta penny stocks were the ones which saw a huge rally. The disappointing bit was also that intraday rallies were sold into, and a clutch of heavyweights, whether it's an ITC, a TCS, State Bank of India, they were the ones which came in for some amount of pressure, and they dragged the Nifty. Apart from that, a couple of the other Nifty losers include a Tata Motors, a Tata Steel, a Maruti, a Coal India, GAIL, Bank of Baroda. All of them slipped in trade, but Bank of Baroda was the best performing stock this entire week, so some profits being taken off there. On the gaining side, it was largely a momentum stock, so whether it was metal names like Hindalco or a couple of the banking names like Yes Bank after brokerages came out with optimistic notes on Yes Bank, so these were a couple of the Nifty gainers. But the story was in the outside, in the broader markets, where many penny stocks, whether it's a GVK, Landcrow, these are high debt companies, their values have been slammed down, and they're the ones which rallied, and sugar stocks continue with their up move.
All right, Reema, thanks for joining.